Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the SciShow, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for the lost. If you're lost, I appreciate you. Marnes is the new Wildcat hero available in the Wilderness Summons. That's the one I was looking for. As always, let's take a look at the odds. 1.5% chance of a legendary. Legendary featured 1%, and Hero of the Month 1.3. Not too bad with the 1% legendary. But nothing spectacular. There's a couple of good heroes. I still do like Stravia, although at very fast. There's a few disclaimers there, which you'll probably hear tonight, because tonight's hero is also very fast. I probably won't do any summons, as I do already have Vernix, and the other ones, I would like Stravia, but we'll get to that shortly. We'll throw that max power preview on with Rogue. So we've got the talent of Evade, which is fantastic. Just a good chance to dodge the attacks. Attack up Aether talent, 20% for 6 turns. That's pretty handy, being very fast. We'll turn that off. Power just creeping up a little more. Now, interesting, I don't think one of the extra damages is affected by the max power, so we'll flick that back on shortly. Wildcat family is awesome. Bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes, 5, 10, 15% chance to dodge special skills. Each special skill dodge damages the attacker for 1, 2, or 300. That's not overly fantastic. It is what it is, but the passive 9 lives is where it really shines. When defeated, character has 80% chance to revive at the beginning of their next turn with 50% health and 80% mana. So it just shoots that mana straight up there. And enough health to survive a little bit as well. Activates up to 9 times. Chance to revive is reduced on each one. But as we've seen with Thaffer, that is just really, really annoying and can be absolute clutch. Trait Lith Frame. The character is not affected by effects that increase or reduce defense. So whether it's a buff, an ailment, positive, negative stack, or growth, or wither. Marnes. I think the Wildcats, a lot of the terms have been possibly French and to do with colours. I did a little bit of checking. Marnes, kind of to do with the earth, was sort of a loose translation. So whether you'd say it's something to do with the colour brown or whatever, but earth tie-in, we can see some leaves and stuff around. Pretty good stats, very high on the attack, a little bit lower on the health than normal, being very fast. That's normal, very normal. I'll just keep saying normal. Blade of Horrid Affliction, running at very fast. Deals 300% clawing damage to the enemies on the edges of the formation. If there is only one enemy, the damage is doubled. So we've seen that before. Oh, it's random, just got extra info that deals 400% damage against enemies with any defensive buffs, minions, or mega minions. Enemies with defensive buffs, minions, or mega minions receive minus 35% defense for 5 turns. I don't know. It's weird. There's I get putting additional info there, but to me, that's actually part of the mechanic. That's just making me click on extra buttons to read out extra info. I mean, it is quite a long card as it is, but yeah. Sometimes, anyway, that's okay. We just keep doing things slightly differently, which makes 0 sense. The enemies on the edges of the enemy formation receive 1500 Surge Bleed damage over 5 turns. If the target already has it, it'll be increased up to a maximum total of 3000. So being very fast, that's pretty handy. I don't think you're really going to ever hit that more than twice. Very fast. You hit it 3 times maybe. The enemy would be pretty much dead unless they've healed up. So that's another thing to keep into consideration. But for 5 turns at very fast speed, there is a very, very good chance you're going to hit that again. Now, that doesn't go up with the max power, so that stays at 1500, but the poison damage does go to 905. So on top of the Surge Bleed, the enemy on the edges of the enemy formation receive 905 poison damage over 5 turns. So that's not very much, but it is just adding up on top of the Surge Bleed. Excuse me. Keeping in mind on that first hit, you're probably going to get an extra 20% on top of your 300 damage. Yeah, interesting. I think the issue with very fast heroes is unless you've got a lot of them, you still have to wait for your fast heroes or average heroes to charge anyway. I know there's some specific teams and heroes you may be able to do to get everything charged in 6 or possibly 7, and it might not be too bad. But generally, you get your 6 tiles, you get your very fast hero charged, and yeah. But then you need the follow-up. So that's where it's hard, because it's like, well, if you can't get the next follow-up by the time the enemy's healed, then it's pointless. So if you can't make a very fast team, I feel they're kind of a little bit out of place. You can use them as just a bit of a support or an extra hitter in an off color, just to help out a little bit. Obviously, if you've got someone who's increasing any of this damage over time, I can't think off the top of my head anyone recent in purple that's doing that. I know like Uthrigan or someone, I think from way back, does that to a degree. But anyone that is increasing it could pair well with. Sort of pairs reasonably well with Guarded, the red moth, purely because he's damaging those ones on the edge. So again, if you've got someone like the reviving teams where you have Sable and or Astrid or Chitra and Gander on the edge, if your Guarded is one hero to target them, then you might be able to follow up with a Marnes to hit as well, but that's a bit of a stretch there, to be honest. So I think it's a really good hero, but again, it's one of these ones that I find, where exactly is it fitting in your teams? I think it will definitely be fun to play with. It's always fun to play with ones where you're hitting. You don't lose anything if there's only one. You just hit for double. But yeah, very fast. I like playing. It just means you get a nice hit in. But I do think they have a little bit of limited use as well. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything spectacular. If you keep in mind, we do have that revive, so that just helps you out because you're going to continue to keep going. The fact that it comes back with 80% mana is probably more important for an average speed or even a slow or fast, whereas very fast, because you're only taking a couple of turns to charge, coming back with 80% mana, it's still good because you just need one move to charge, but it's probably a bit more useful for those slower heroes. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything crazy. I'm just wondering whether it could possibly be used as a tank. You could stick it on a wing, perhaps. It's going to slowly charge and then be annoying. The only thing on defense is people can deliberately put heroes on the edges, which may be able to resist some of these ailments. So keep that in mind. Even as a tank, but I'm just thinking as a very fast tank, it's not too bad because you're going to hit with a lot of that damage at very fast speed, and then if they try to target you, you're going to get nailed, and that's surge bleed because that just keeps building. But again, at tank, you'd probably be taking heroes that deliberately counter it and may be immune to those ailments. So I think a really good hero. It's going to be fun. Every new hero that comes out is a really good hero. There's no specific weakness, so to speak. It's not a bad hero. I don't think it's going to make anything meta. Very fast. There probably hasn't been very fast meta heroes in regards to damage and sort of tanks for a very, very long time. But no, great hero. I will just take this opportunity to mention that my alliance is up and running. I've probably flashed an image up a few times throughout here, or maybe it's on there now. I did have a last minute change to Lighthouse of the Lost, but up and running. If you think it's something, now keep in mind, I do have very specific requirements. I'm just wanting a bunch of really good players, experienced, that are willing, that are active, so play very regularly, compete all events. I'm not having any crazy thought of, let's try to get number one, but there's also no limits on how far the alliance can go. So I just want people that enjoy playing, don't need to be told, which teams to hit. But keeping in mind, it's still going to be a very educational and sort of teaching environment. So I don't expect everyone to know everything. I just want to have a group of people that love to have fun, play the game, and be good at the game. If that sounds like you, hit me up. I'll put my details in the description of the video for Line and Discord. So hit me up. I can then give you the full rundown on what sort of I'm looking for and that sort of stuff, and we can go from there. So keep that in mind. Look forward to hearing from people who think that might be something they're looking forward to. In the meantime, if you are doing any summons, I wish you the best of luck. If you're looking for Marnes, Marnes, I hope you get the hero you're after. Give your kitty a script for me. Maybe subscribe. If you feel like gently caressing the subscribe button, have a bloody good one. I'm going to eat some pizza.